Hello everyone and welcome to the final BBL Supercoach review for season 2023 and 2024. Now, I want to thank all of you for watching my videos, and also I'd like to thank Supercoach Guns for having me on his podcast a few weeks ago. And speaking of the Supercoach Hub, let's have a look at the leagues I was in. There you go. Look at that. League ranking for the Podmasters League ranking of 1. So well done, everyone, for that. But how did we go? Well, we'll find out shortly. Alright, so in round 9, we scored 681. And yeah, we went down 60 spots from inside the top 400 to 458, unfortunately. Alright, but still inside the top 500. Yep, I'll definitely take that. Now, there was a reason why score was so low. If we have a look at the team, yeah, I had a lot of Thunder players. And what happened was, well, Thunder, they're not any good. And I think they had a loss in the first game. And then the second game was washed out. So essentially, instead of Sydney Thunder being on a double, it was Sydney Thunder on a single, Brisbane Heat with a bye, and also Melbourne Renegades with a bye. But I didn't have any Renegades players on my field anyway. Alright, so Inglis, he made 18 with the bat, and I think he took like 3 catches, so that's okay. I would have rather McDermott score. I wish I hadn't stuffed up my trade, having Whiteman instead of Harper. It should have been Harper that was there, and I would have been able to get McDermott's score. Alright, Matt Short, brilliant again with a 137. The play was to just straight captain Matt Short. Just do it, except when I do it, which I'll go through in a second. Alright. Glenn Maxwell, 87. It was, okay. He should have scored more with the bat, so. And I don't think he bowled much either, so he's still a pretty decent score considering. Jamie Overton, he's been a great pick. He hasn't left my side all year, 83. So thank you for your services, Jamie. Sam's, well, I said, no, I've got to pick him this time, and this time I'm going to put the VC on him. Instead of, not training him in at all when, then he goes scores like 300 and I don't have him. So 18, pretty disappointing. Obviously, I did not take that score. And Warner, 13. So both these guys, I thought, had a pretty crappy first game, but, they'll be able to bounce back in the second game, which obviously didn't go ahead. All right, so Andrew Ty, after scoring a 146, he scored a 9. And I'm pretty sure he dropped like a pretty easy catch too. So, man, what was going on? Actually, I think he was pretty unlucky with the ball too. I think he had drop catches off his bowling. I think that might have been. Could have easily been like 2 or 3 wickets. Chris Green, 41. I guess it was okay. It's pretty much what I paid for. Nathan McAndrew, no good. 4, just the 4 dot balls. That was it. Out for a duck, no good. Sanger took a wicket. I think he might have got some economy rate bonus. But again, didn't get the second game. And I had Burden here, ready to go in case I wanted to put the C on him. I wanted Sam's to score. Had Hardy on the bench, 115. He's been great. Hopefully I can big him next year too. And Chowder with a 17. Disappointing end of the season, but he's been a good pick. All right, so what I'm going to do now. So we're going to go through some of the bad things and some of the good things in what happened in this season for me. All right, starting off with the bad. Picking Marcus Stoinis over, Mitch Swepson. Marcus Stoinis started at like just under 120k. He was bowling in the World Cup, so I thought, if he's bowling for Australia, he'll bowl for the Stars. That didn't happen. And he wasn't bowling, and he wasn't scoring any runs. Where if I pick Swepson, who was about 50k cheaper, had the triple, he went up about 100k or something in the first couple of weeks, Yeah, I would have been laughing. I would have had more cash and had more points on field. All right, next one. Late decision. I think I made this decision with about 5 minutes to go before the first game. I thought I'll bring in Madison because they have two um, double games, and Philippe was on the double too. But yeah, so I also lost my flexibility with the wicket keepers as well, starting Madison. And yeah, Madison, he was just poo-poo. Like, he was the captain, he got dropped. He wasn't seen for the rest of the year. I don't know if he was injured or not, but yeah, either way, bad pick. All right, next, wasting a boost on Curran to De Kock. So when news came out that Curran was suspended for, what was he doing? Intimidating the umpire, running on the pitch when he shouldn't have been. I think it was just before the last game of the round. I was planning on using a boost anyway the next round to bring in a Renegades player or a Stars player because, I think that was before they had their double. So I traded Tom Curran and brought in De Kock. Because I don't know if I had anyone on my bench scoring or not, but yeah, that didn't work out too well because De Kock scored a 0, so and he lost about 20-30k in cash, so that was a bad move also. Alright, captaining Matt Short in round 4. You might say, what's wrong with captaining Matt Short? He's like the number one player. He averaged over 100. Well, when I straight captained him, he scored me 10. And what made it worse was that was on a round, on my next point, not picking Sam. So 99% of the comp would have picked Sam's on his double and made him vice captain. Instead, I had Short who scored 10, and Sam's he scored like 300 or something. So yeah, my ranking could have been a lot better if I think I said in my video of that round that it was a no-brainer. So I mustn't have any brains. Alright, so now we've got the bad out of the way. Let's go to the good. Alright, so yeah, let's go through the good. Obviously, I had a good season, finishing in the top 1%. So yeah, had some luck also. You need luck in this game. Alright, so the good. Starting Overton. So yeah, he had a great. We didn't really know what his role was. But he ended up batting 6 and bowling his 4 overs, which is pretty much the perfect role, really, unless you're opening the batting and bowling your 4. But yeah, real happy with that. He did not leave my side for the year. All right, most now. I know I just said I got my captain and vice captain wrong in round 4 with Matt Short and not picking Sam's, but most weeks I did get it right. All right, so next. Trading out Sutherland. So I pretty much traded him at his peak price. He was batting 7 and bowling his 4 overs, but then I don't know if he was injured or not, but he just stopped bowling. So there was no use for him on my side, and yeah, he was gone. All right, and I think for him I brought in Chowdhury. Now a lot of people would have had him in their starting teams. To be a loophole, like for a bat bowl, 42Ks, cheap as chips loophole. But he ended up being a pretty good pick. I got him in when he was about 80K. But yeah, for 80K, I still reckon I got a bargain. He was scoring 80s, 100s, and he was a good loop option, and he had that flexibility as well to move between the bat and bowlers. Alright, so happy with him. Next. Now, my last one, trading in Laurie Evans. I floated this idea on the Supercoach Guns podcast, and yeah, he was cheap as chips, 66K. He was batting 6 or 7, which was for the reason for his low scores. He wasn't getting a bat. Then he played. So Ashton Turner got injured, the Perth Scorchers skipper, and meant that Laurie Evans would move up a spot. So traded him in, and he went on Perth doubles, and he scored a 170 or something in round 6. and then he had a pretty decent score in round 7 as well, and he made us a lot of cash very quickly. So yeah, I was probably very lucky with that trade, and only 4% of people were owned him too at that stage too when he scored the 169. So that sort of made up some ground for me not picking Sam's. All right, so that's. Would I have picked him if I didn't pick not pick Sam's, if that made any sense? Yeah, so yeah, very happy with the Evans trade. All right, so yeah, that's the end of BBL 13 Supercoach. Very soon, I'll be bringing out some AFL content for season 2024. Hope you can join me for that. And thank you very much for watching. If you stayed to the end, you are true fans of Supercoach Lock, and I thank you very much for it. All right, I will see you in the next one. Bye.